Have you ever walked into a room and completely forgotten why you went there? Or stared at your screen for 10 minutes trying to focus, but your brain just feels slow? That heavy, cloudy, unfocused feeling isn't laziness. It isn't lack of intelligence. It's something millions of people experience every day, brain fog, and it's your body trying to tell you something important. Brain fog isn't a medical diagnosis. It's a symptom, a signal, a warning light on your internal dashboard. It can show up as forgetfulness, difficulty concentrating, mental fatigue, slow thinking, low motivation, or even trouble finding the right words during conversations. And while it may seem harmless at first, persistent brain fog can seriously affect your productivity, mood, and confidence. Your brain is one of the most energy-demanding organs in your body. Even though it makes up only about 2% of your body weight, it uses roughly 20% of your daily energy. That means any disruption in sleep, nutrition, hormones, blood sugar, stress levels, or gut health can quickly affect how clearly you think. One of the most common causes of brain fog is chronic stress. When you're under constant pressure, your body releases cortisol, the stress hormone. In short bursts, cortisol is helpful. But when it stays elevated for weeks or months, it begins to interfere with memory, focus, and even the structure of brain cells in areas responsible for learning and concentration. High cortisol can also disrupt sleep, and poor sleep further worsens mental clarity. It becomes a cycle. Stress leads to poor sleep. Poor sleep leads to brain fog, and brain fog increases stress. Sleep itself is a major factor. Deep sleep is when your brain performs something called glymphatic clearance. This is the brain's cleaning system. It removes waste products and toxins that build up during the day. If you're not getting enough deep, restorative sleep, those waste products accumulate, leaving you feeling mentally sluggish the next day, even if you technically slept for 8 hours. Another major cause is blood sugar imbalance. When you eat refined carbohydrates or sugary foods, your blood sugar spikes rapidly. Your body responds by releasing insulin to bring it back down, but sometimes it drops too quickly, leading to a crash. That crash doesn't just affect your energy, it affects your brain. Since your brain relies heavily on glucose for fuel, unstable blood sugar can make you feel dizzy, irritable, shaky, and mentally unfocused. Nutrient deficiencies are another hidden contributor. Low levels of vitamin B12, iron, vitamin D, and magnesium have all been linked to fatigue and reduced cognitive performance. Iron, for example, helps carry oxygen to your brain. If your iron levels are low, your brain simply doesn't get enough oxygen to function optimally. Vitamin B12 supports nerve health and brain signaling. A deficiency can cause memory problems, confusion, and mental sluggishness. Your gut health also plays a surprisingly powerful role. There's a strong connection between your gut and your brain, often called the gut-brain axis. Trillions of bacteria in your digestive system help produce neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, chemicals that regulate mood and focus. If your gut microbiome is imbalanced due to poor diet, antibiotics, chronic stress, or inflammation, it can directly affect how clearly you think. Hormonal imbalances can also cloud your thinking. Thyroid hormones, for instance, regulate metabolism and energy production. If your thyroid is underactive, everything slows down, including your thoughts. Women may also experience brain fog during hormonal shifts, such as pregnancy, postpartum, or menopause due to fluctuations in estrogen and progesterone. Even dehydration can impact mental clarity. Your brain is about 75% water. A small drop in hydration levels can affect attention, memory, and mood. Many people walk around mildly dehydrated without realizing it, especially if they rely heavily on caffeine instead of water. What makes brain fog frustrating is that it often builds gradually. You don't wake up one day completely confused. Instead, you slowly notice you're not as sharp as you used to be. Tasks take longer. Focus feels harder. Motivation drops. But here's the important part: brain fog is rarely random. It's usually your body signaling imbalance. Now that you understand brain fog is a signal, not a weakness, the next question is, what exactly is your body trying to tell you? One major message is inflammation. Low-grade chronic inflammation in the body can directly affect brain function. When your immune system is constantly activated due to poor diet, lack of sleep, chronic stress, or gut imbalance, it releases inflammatory chemicals. These chemicals can cross into the brain and interfere with neurotransmitters responsible for focus, motivation, and memory. The result: you feel mentally slow, unmotivated, and disconnected. Another important factor is insulin resistance. When your cells become less responsive to insulin, glucose struggles to enter them efficiently, including your brain cells. Since the brain relies heavily on glucose for energy, this creates an energy shortage at the cellular level. Even if you're eating enough, your brain may not be using that fuel properly. This can cause brain fog, fatigue, and difficulty concentrating long before diabetes is diagnosed. Mitochondria also play a role. These are the tiny energy factories inside your cells. If they're not functioning efficiently due to nutrient deficiencies, chronic stress, toxins, or poor sleep, your energy production drops. And when cellular energy drops, mental clarity drops with it. Brain fog is often a sign that your cells aren't producing energy optimally. Let's talk about lifestyle patterns. Modern life overstimulates the brain constantly. Notifications, social media scrolling, multitasking, artificial light at night. All of this keeps your brain in a state of continuous stimulation. Over time, your dopamine system becomes dysregulated. When dopamine signaling is off, motivation decreases and focus becomes harder. You may feel restless yet mentally tired at the same time. Lack of movement is another silent contributor. Physical activity increases blood flow to the brain, delivering oxygen and nutrients. It also stimulates the release of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF, a protein that supports brain cell growth and connectivity. Without regular movement, circulation slows and cognitive sharpness can decline. Even your breathing patterns matter. Shallow chest breathing, often caused by chronic stress, reduces oxygen delivery to the brain. Less oxygen means less mental clarity. Deep, controlled breathing can immediately improve alertness and calm the nervous system. Toxin exposure can also contribute. Environmental pollutants, heavy metals, and even excessive alcohol consumption can impair cognitive performance. While these effects are often subtle at first, over time they can accumulate and worsen brain fog. And then there's emotional overload. Suppressed emotions, unresolved stress, and constant mental worry consume cognitive energy. Your brain has limited bandwidth. If a large portion of that bandwidth is used for stress processing, there's less available for focus, creativity, and memory. The key thing to understand is this brain fog is rarely caused by just one factor. It's usually a combination: stress plus poor sleep, unstable blood sugar plus nutrient deficiency, gut imbalance plus hormonal shifts. These layers stack on top of each other until your brain simply can't function at its best. The most important thing to understand is this: brain fog is often reversible. Once you address the root causes, clarity can return, sometimes faster than you expect. Start with sleep. Prioritize deep, consistent, restorative sleep. Go to bed and wake up at the same time daily, even on weekends. Reduce screen exposure at least an hour before bed. Dim the lights and keep your room cool and dark. Deep sleep is when your brain repairs, detoxifies, and resets. Without it, mental clarity is almost impossible. Next, stabilize your blood sugar. Focus on balanced meals that include protein, healthy fats, and fiber. Reduce refined sugars and highly processed carbohydrates that cause spikes and crashes. When your blood sugar is stable, your brain receives steady fuel, which supports consistent focus and energy throughout the day. Support your brain with key nutrients. Ensure adequate intake of vitamin B12, iron, magnesium, omega-3 fatty acids, and vitamin D. Fatty fish, leafy greens, nuts, seeds, eggs, and whole foods nourish brain cells and reduce inflammation. If you suspect deficiencies, testing with a healthcare professional can provide clarity. Hydration is simple but powerful. Drink enough water consistently throughout the day. Even mild dehydration can impair concentration and memory. Replace some caffeinated beverages with water or herbal tea to avoid masking fatigue while worsening dehydration. Manage stress intentionally. Incorporate daily stress reduction practices like deep breathing, mindfulness, journaling, or short walks in nature. These calm the nervous system and reduce cortisol levels, allowing your brain to function more efficiently. Even 5 to 10 minutes of controlled breathing can noticeably improve clarity. Move your body regularly. Exercise increases blood flow to the brain and stimulates the release of chemicals that support learning and memory. You don't need extreme workouts. Brisk walking, strength training, or yoga several times per week can significantly enhance cognitive performance. Support your gut health. Eat fiber-rich foods, fermented foods like yogurt or kefir, and reduce ultra-processed foods. A healthy gut supports healthy neurotransmitter production, directly influencing focus and mood. Finally, simplify mental overload, reduce multitasking, limit constant notifications, take structured breaks during work. Your brain performs best when it can focus on one task at a time. Brain fog is not a personal failure, it's feedback. Your body is communicating that it needs better balance, better sleep, better fuel, better stress management, better recovery. When you listen to those signals instead of ignoring them, something powerful happens. The fog lifts, focus sharpens, energy stabilizes, confidence returns. Your brain wants to function at its highest level. Give it what it needs, and it will. Brain fog is not random. It's not laziness. And it's definitely not a sign that something is wrong with you. It's your body communicating that something is out of balance. Whether it's chronic stress, poor sleep, unstable blood sugar, nutrient deficiencies, gut imbalance, or hormonal shifts, your brain is reacting to signals from the rest of your body. And the good news is this: when you correct the imbalance, clarity can return. Small changes create powerful results: better sleep, balanced meals, regular movement, proper hydration, stress management. These aren't just healthy habits, they are tools that directly sharpen your thinking, improve memory, and restore mental energy. Don't ignore the fog. Listen to it, investigate it. Adjust your lifestyle step by step. Your brain is designed to be sharp, focused, and resilient. When you give it the right support, it performs at its best. Clarity is not out of reach. It's on the other side of balance.